I learned on my silent retreats. Hi, my name's Ed Riggins, but most people just call me Riggo, and welcome back to Thoughts for Thursday. I've been on 3 silent retreats so far. One was at Ignatius House, about 10 miles outside of downtown Atlanta, with a guy named Mark Dannenfelter of the Mindfulness Center of Atlanta. He led the group of about 25 people. That was a 2-day retreat. The other retreat I did was at Corpalo, a beautiful facility up in western Massachusetts in the Berkshire Mountains. Jack Kornfeld led this one. Bigger group, about 125 people. That was a 4-day retreat. Now, I have no relationship with Mark or Jack, so I'm not shilling for them, but if you get a chance to go to one of their retreats, I'd certainly recommend it. They did a great job. In terms of demographics, females outnumbered males as best I could tell, at least 2 to 1. Almost everybody there, as best I could tell, was over 40. Seemed to be a lot of therapists, doctors, clergy people. As a business guy, I felt like I was a little bit unusual in that crowd. Now, there are several things I could mention about this that I thought were insightful, but here I just want to touch on 3. The first one is maintaining silence is just not a common thing to do. That's part of the point of going to these things, of course. The point is to turn inward. So we were encouraged to eat in silence. We were encouraged not to even look at each other when we pass each other in the hallway. I thought that was a great insight because that's a form of communication, isn't it? For me as an extrovert and a southerner to boot, it was tough to walk past people and not even acknowledge them, but it was a good discipline. The second thing I'll point out about this is that these retreats gave me a different relationship with time. There were no TVs in the rooms, of course. I left my cell phone at home, and I slowly developed became less uncomfortable with stillness and silence, which again was part of the point of going. But the third thing was really a profound thing for me. We get to the end of Mark's retreat at Ignatius House, and we were around the circle describing our experience there. One guy belts out a song. We're in the chapel. He just raised the roof on the place, did a beautiful job. This other lady said, I wrote a poem while I was here. Let me read it to you. I thought I was in trouble when it came to me, but here's what I had to say. What I noticed after a couple days of silence is I tend to reduce everything to rows and columns. I tend to try to reduce everything to something I can quantify so that I compare it to everything else. Now, I make no apologies. It's not a complaint. It was just an insight, and it makes perfect sense. I've been a business guy. I've been for a long time. I've been rewarded really well for quantifying things because we have to think in terms of ROI in the business world. And yet, my takeaway was, I wonder what my life would be like, how it would be different if I were like the guy who felt moved to sing a song, or if I were like the lady who wrote a poem. If you get a chance to go on a silent retreat, I hope you'll do so. It's a great experience. Thanks for joining me. If I can be of service to you in any way, please let me know. Hope to see you back here again next week.
Doors